uh, the longevity when he started his career and still playing. Getting into that mental frame of mind and also making sure that he's physically fit to continue for that long. Such a wonderful player to watch, great ambassador of the game for Bangladesh, now a member of the parliament. Got some numbers to back him up, some serious numbers.
Not the most convincing looking shot from Kamanu. Previous match, he was camped inside that crease. Ended up being his undoing. On this occasion too, he's decided that is going to be his plan of attack. You can call it attack for the moment. Just doesn't look comfortable out there. Well, that was there for the taking. And again, it's a lack of confidence. Most other batsmen would have put that away to the boundary.
I think as an opening batsman, you would want to take a little bit of time. This is what I was talking about. Most wickets by ODI captains. Wasim Akram right at the top with 158 wickets. And Mashrafi Murtaza becomes the fifth that list. John Pollock, Imran Khan, Jason Holder. And now, Captain Fantastic, Mashrafi Murtaza.
Coming back for the second run, and they just about make it. Little bit of uncertainty, 2 without loss after the first over.
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝির।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার,
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টারও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
One of two changes in the Bangladesh side, both in the bowling department. Shafiul Islam and Al-Amin Hussain both coming in place of Mustafizur Rahman. That's going to be a close, the muffled appeal in the end. Again, no tendency to go on to the front foot. This time it's Regis Chakavva.
It's nice to see that Bangladesh team management have decided to give rest to someone like Mohammad Saifuddin, coming back from a long layoff. In down the leg side. And they have this liberty of picking up seamers, which has been a refreshing change for Bangladesh. In the past, the more spinners were available, but now the trend has changed, knowing that when you, especially when you travel overseas, you've got to have some power with the seam and pace bowling. The pace bowling team who are sitting in the bench and also available have shown that there's now Bangladesh has started to produce and started to believe that yes, you can pick up more seamers. And I think that's the right way to go about it. Resting Mustafizur and Mohammad Saifuddin, which gives an opportunity for someone like Shafiul Islam and Al-Amin Hussain, who's playing today. Now on the leg side, a wide delivery bowled by Shafiul Islam.
Yeah, managing the workload, that's the mantra from the management. And the only way you can manage the workload, as Athar Ali Khan said, if you have the option to go to the likes of Shafiul Islam and Al-Amin Hussain, you've got the bench strength only then can you use it. Sheffield, we've seen him in the past. He can be slippery, gets up to close to 140.
And Gautam, don't forget that they used two different bowlers in the test matches. In that one-off test match, Ibadat Hussain and Abu Jahid Rahi was outstanding with the ball. So the thinking behind it is that, yes, we would want to manage the bowlers, seamers, and we would want to stick to that strategy of picking up particular bowler for test match and white ball cricket, which is brilliant. And this is brilliant too. He smashed that down the ground for the boundary. On the up.
And it's not a coincidence that it's the first time we saw a bit of forward movement from Kamunu Kambe. Have a look at that. Yes, there was no real pronounced movement of the left foot, but nonetheless, at least the body was starting to show some positivity, and that got him the 4 runs. I think from his point of view, he'll still want to try and do a little more of that, but a good first move. Already you can see the confidence in that next delivery. From Zimbabwe's point of view, very encouraging. Their batting has been strengthened with the arrival of Sean Williams. Still missing out Craig Irvin, yet to recover. Bout of flu. An injury, finger injury, a split webbing for the designated captain for the series, Chamu Chibaba. Back to being tentative, 8 without loss.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
হ্যাঁ,
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট, 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Eight without loss. Captain continues. That's good from the 2 batsmen. They just recover, getting off the mark with that well judged, quickly taken single. Good understanding between the 2 batsmen. Just a quick look. Only department so far that, if anything, they've scored over Bangladesh's early part of the innings. Up and over. That's going to be 4 for Kamunu Kambe. Moving forward and just picking his spot over the infield, still in the first 10 overs.
Well, that's the right way to go about it. It's a big total that they're chasing in, and they have to stay positive. And that's a positive-looking shot from Kamunu Kambe. It was full, but he still had to clear the infield, and he did exactly that. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Just get it over the infielder and picks a boundary.
The boundaries already. Didn't get to see his wares in the first one-day international. Never left his crease that day. They will need to get some runs while the ball is hard. Back to living dangerously. Holding back. There's one of the other quicker bowlers who will be in action. Yeah, you mentioned we've seen Mashrafi Mortaza obviously playing the ODI format. Alamin Hussain, Shafiul Islam, Mustafizur Rahman and Mohammad Saifuddin all playing this format of the game. The 2 bowlers who played in the test match, plus there was Taskin Ahmed available in the squad. So it just shows the huge pool of players available in that fast bowling department.
There are others also available. There's the Khalid Ahmad, who has already played Test match cricket. Was injured, but he's back to his full fitness. Should be available. Hassan Mahmood, remember the youngster, who can also bowl in the range of 140 plus. So there are players available. 15 without loss.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে ভাষা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না কি?
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Leading edge gone. Sheffield strikes and Regis Chakava goes. Simple catch to Litondas. Didn't need the gloves.
Yeah, I was eyeing to play it on the onside, gets a leading edge. Tough dismissal. Closing the face of the bat, and it loops up straight into the hands of Litondas. Very good from Sheffield Islam. He will enjoy that. Register Chakabwa gone for 2. Zimbabwe 15 for 1.
Out at number 3 walks Brendan Taylor. A class act, really. 38 50s, 10 hundreds behind him. Dismissal of Regis Chakava that brought Taylor to the wicket. And straight off a good single to start. Looked up, saw Mashrafi Mortaza was the man, took him on. And they'll need some more of this, will Zimbabwe, whenever the boundaries are not coming. Keep the singles, keep rotating the strike. Required rate will keep going up with a total around 322, 6.58 at the moment. Good delivery, just getting past the bat. The wicketkeeper briefly looked interested.
Yeah, he's been a wicket taker. That's his job early on with the white new ball. He's already picked up a first one, nearly picked up his second. And if you look at his stats, here you go. That's why I say 4 wickets in an inning, he's done it 4 times. 2 or 3, 16 times. So whenever he does starts to take away, now that ball moved after it left the batsman while going into the gloves of the keeper. So he's getting a bit of a shape also. Have a look at this. Look at that. Yeah, it swings back to the keeper. But if he has to get it right, and if he does get it right, then he'll trouble the batsman. He's bowled really well. 1 wicket in 16 matches. So the top 3 stats goes in his favour, where he wants to pick up wickets. Again, a really good delivery. He's trying to play it on the onside. Not the right way to play, especially from a bowler who's trying to move it away from the right-hander. You've got to present the full face of the bat instead of trying to look to knock it out on the onside.
Yeah, he's already starting to get up close to that 140 mark. Consistently sharp. Always been a skiddy customer, Shafiul Islam. See the batsman, Tinashe Kamanukamwe. As the innings has progressed, he started making a forward movement. But it's slightly different from the first ODI, where he was firmly rooted to the crease. And you can see the difference. He's made the change. He's obviously made that change. And the fact that what he was doing on the left led to his dismissal ultimately in that first ODI. And that's another boundary from him. Again, the forward movement helping, and that's a great illustration of why he's made the change, and it's helping 21 for 1.
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Positive signs from Zimbabwe despite the loss of that early wicket. Brendan Taylor has just faced the 2 deliveries. Looking to be positive. Quick single off the first ball. Nice flourish. Second ball he's faced. Almost getting it through. Had it not been for the record-making centurion, Tamim Iqbal. Ever alert at mid-off. What a knock. 158 today.
It was a special knock. A very, very special knock from the bat of Tamim Iqbal Khan. Outstanding. And the other 150 that he scored, which was his previous highest, was also against the same opposition. Oh, he's batting against Zimbabwe.
Once again on the back foot. Yes, we showed a stat earlier about different players around the world and the runs they've scored against Zimbabwe, and big names like Tendulkar, Ganguly, Chris Gayle, and he got past all of them in terms of number of runs scored against Zimbabwe. When you have 2 scores in excess of 150 against the same opposition, you know you're climbing up that ladder pretty quickly. The only 2 150-plus scores for Bangladesh in ODI cricket both belong to Tamim Iqbal.
And it's not about picking up an opposition, it's all about converting those starts to a big one. No matter who you're playing against, no matter where you're playing, at home or away, once you do get set, then you would want to continue in that fashion. The kind of fashion that Tamim Iqbal was in, especially today. There you go, confirmation right at the top with 1,556 runs. He just climbed over Christopher Henry Gayle, Shakib Al Hasan, Sachin Tendulkar and Sourav Ganguly.
It's good. 3 out of 5 people in that list speak Bangla. Give Gayle a few months and he'll pick it up too. The amount Sachin batted with Saurav, he'd have learned quite a lot. Solid from Brendan Taylor. 23 for 1 and 5.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই ঝিরঝির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ,
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
হ্যাঁ,
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Once again, second time in this innings we've seen just that extra effort he has to make for that pull shot. Maybe not quite short enough to play that stroke. And he looks in a bit of discomfort. I think he realizes it. 300 more runs needed from this stage exactly.
Just talking about team bowlers available for Bangladesh in all format, we were got to mention Rubel Hussain. He's also available. The number of team bowling options available for Bangladesh, which is such a beautiful thing to happen for Bangladesh, and which also increases this healthy competition among themselves. Into the pad, straight to the fielder, knowing that yes, each and every one will get an opportunity to bowl in any format, and you strive to perform better than before. And it goes into the minds of everybody who's been picked in the 11. I think this is really, really good for Bangladesh, pushing everybody to the limit.
Duffield trying to catch Kamanu napping. Worth keeping an eye on that. Just suggesting from Brendan Taylor's demeanour, wondering whether that kept slightly low. Here's the second half of the game. Can expect the wicket to get a little lower and slower. The one factor that generally works in favour of the side chasing is if there is some dew towards the latter half of this chase, and so far, on the evidence of day one, there isn't much.
Yeah, it was seamer Mohammad Saifuddin who's not playing today's match, who picked up 3 for 22. Really bowled well with the new ball. And a good over, really good over from Shafiul Islam. Just a single in that over, 24 for 1.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো। আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Plenty of experience in that middle order in terms of matches. Brendan Taylor, Sean Williams, Sikandar Raza. Oh, good delivery from Ashrafi Mortaza. We know he may not have the pace that he had maybe 10 years ago, but he's starting to get a little bit sharp here. Once he gets it in the right areas, that one 132.
Has a slip in place, but the ball, the previous one, the last delivery that he bowled, he just came back in. Probably trying to set the batsman up.
stage in his career, he likes to bowl longer spells. So whatever happens, he'll probably bowl about maybe 5, even 6 overs on the trot, and then leave it to the rest of the two seamers. And he's got Taijul Islam, Mehdi Hassan Miraj, and of course Mahmudullah to turn to as well.
It's okay initially when a batsman comes in and has a good look at what is happening in the middle. Remember the way he'd got himself dismissed in the last ODI. He would have been devastated. But he's taking his time, which is fine, absolutely fine, because we know what Brendan Taylor is capable of doing with the bat. Just showed it that the amount of matches that he has played, he's got the experience behind his back, but he needs to kick on from here. Been looking at it quite nicely, even though he's not picking up any runs. But as a batsman, you started to grow in confidence once you hit the ball from the middle part of the bat, and he's done that. He's looked pretty good in the middle, and he would be hoping that he can provide the kind of start his team needs from here on.
Yeah, he's finding the middle of the bat. What he's not finding are gaps in the field yet. Once he starts to sort that out, innings will be well underway. Oman still finding their feet. They've lost the 1 wicket of Regis Chakava. Soft dismissal leading edge to Shafiul Islam. They run with that. That would have been very close indeed. Direct throw. And I reckon Brendan Taylor could have been on his bike. Completes over number 7. It's 26 for 1.
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝিরে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
First ball of the 8th over. The fuel has deviated down the leg side and has been whipped away. Simple matter of rolling the wrist and clipping it away for 4 runs.
Cranking up the pace, but it's gone almost quicker off the bat this time into those pads. We know this man, a class act for his country. Been out of form during the test matches, the first ODI. Hasn't got any runs and he's due.
Last ball of the last over. The way he just punched, ran, and there was a chance of a run out there, direct throw. Might have had him. Let's have a look at this. How close was it? Is the throw? Oh, been out. I think he was short. Yeah, definitely. More accurate throw, and the fielder knew that straight away.
Really enjoying their fielding. They've got a lot of energy out there. Bangladesh fielders are superb. Get to the ball quickly and release the ball.
Got stroked, but can't find the gap in the covers. That's the struggle that Brendan Taylor has been having. He's finding the middle of the bat, but the problem is he's not finding the gaps in the field. That's what he needs to know and ensure that he builds up a little more pressure on the bowlers.
Absolutely, just needs a little bit of time with the crease, give himself a bit of a chance. It's knocked 15 deliveries so far. Just the 1 boundary.
Well, he's content to just block the bowls at the moment. Shafiul Islam, very wicket-to-wicket bowler. Batting by positions, Have a look at Brendan Taylor's career. At 3, 47.3. At 4, 36.9. Progressively goes down after that. Surprised he batted at 7 on 3 occasions. Batted 4 in the last game. Again, just nicely behind that. There's a little hint of a shape on that ball. That's kept him, not allowed him to find that gap.
The thing here is he's just looking to strike the ball smooth. You know, he doesn't really push at it too hard, but amazingly, down at number 7, I would think in his early days, maybe when he first came up, no one's seen him, but he's got up that order and he's made it count at number 3.
Once again, having difficulty in threading the gap. Good over completed, 30 for 1.
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
There's a comparison after 8 overs. Bangladesh were at a much stronger position, 20 runs to the positive, more than 30 for 1 is Zimbabwe. So got their work cut out. Run rate required is creeping near the 7 mark. Ill afford to let that go further away from them. It's time. Kamanakumwe and Brendan Taylor got to move on. Not being allowed that by some accurate bowling from both ends, from the skipper and Shafiul Islam. In a period where Zimbabwe have been prepared to be patient, bide their time, wait for the loose ball, come along. That's just 121 clicks. The way he allowed the ball to hit the bat, you'd feel that it's coming in a lot more quicker. Maybe skidding on a little.
Mentioned the previous game to the skipper that evening it might just grease up a little bit. He was hoping for not too much dew because it becomes very easier to bat if there is dew around and tough to hold the ball, etc. But that's not the case here, or in the previous game. So it looks a great wicket here.
Oh, that shot swung around. It's gone for the maximum. That's what the doctor ordered.
Let's have a bit of that. That is a tremendous shot. Just erred in length. He just rolled, swiveled on that back foot. Have a look at the extension here. What a beautiful stroke all the way. Climbed all over that one.
Nashe Kamanakumwe has really latched onto that. Swiveling around, getting underneath that one. Excellent shot. Got the need, make a game of it. And he smashes that wide of the fielder, just wide. Maybe he got a finger to it, I'm not quite sure, but it's racing away to the boundary.
Oh, he's getting stuck into the skipper here. He's cleared the left foot. He's opened up the offside. Back-to-back boundaries at a full go. Airborne, as you said. Hand on it. Good hand on it. The pace just beat him. Got 2 hands to it. Diving effort. Chanto is the man. Went flying past his right-hand side.
Oh, it would have been a blinder. It was hit so very hard. And he did make a good diving effort. Could not latch on. Either miss or stick. And that's a good delivery. The slow one, just making the batsman block the ball.
Here's another look at it. He opened up the left foot and he got 2 hands to it. it. Pace just went straight through his hands.
How was he holding his sort of semi-reverse cup would have been an option, but he just lost it through the fingers. Interesting how he attempted to take that catch. At catchable height, definitely. But he's looked more positive. 9 overs done, 44-1.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
It's Brendan Taylor's turn to join the party. Straight as an arrow. What a lovely shot that is, right over the top.
Terrific way to start the over. Crowded the plate. He smashed it straight back over his head. Wonderful stroke. Dead straight. Not many better strokes than that.
Well, Brendan Taylor could use with big innings under his belt. Last 5 innings he's played only 150. Prior to that, 3 scores of 75 plus. Hasn't been able to convert them, Brendan Taylor. But this wicket will be favouring this kind of batting, and if they can just get the momentum going, then you'd like to come out of that rut that he's gotten into. 8, 3, 0 and 12. The last 4 innings that he has played. So it's an opportunity to redeem himself here.
And he'll be disappointed in the test matches. He got out to that reverse sweep and a sweep holding out to deep square, and that's of his quality. That's a really soft way to get out, and he's the gun player here at 3.
Well, that's good cricket. Quick run taker. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. What was he doing? He's sauntering. He's just watching the fielder come and take that and underarm it, flick it back, and a direct throw. I think it's Mehdi Hasan Mirage.
That is brilliant. Look at that athleticism. A quick single. He knew he was in trouble. Dived. He was on the floor, and he just did a backhand flick in the left hand, out with the right. Bang. That is phenomenal stuff. Pick up with the left, release with the right while he's on the floor. Brilliant.
Extraordinary piece of fielding. Brendan Taylor has to go for 11 run out. Zimbabwe 44 for 2. Ron Williams, the stand-in skipper, comes in for his 132nd match. Wealth of experience, lots of good numbers, a decent strike rate, the 300s. He could use one today because Zimbabwe are again in a spot of bother, to say the least, losing the wicket of Brendan Taylor. Oh. Welcome to the middle. Well, it's the other batsman actually now. The field bowling to Kamwe. Good short one there.
Let's have another look at this. Nudge on the onside. He didn't even ground his bat. He knew he was in serious trouble. But the thing is, the pickup, clean in the left hand and release on the right hand as he's falling to the ground. That is so clever and such great athleticism.
One of the best efforts at fielding and running out a batsman I've seen for ages. I think it's going to top as one of the better ones over the years in any format of cricket amongst any team. I think that's exceptional.
You've seen a lot of cricket.
Old enough.
Oh, brilliant. Have a look. Cuts off the angle, first of all, in the left hand and out with the right. That is next level stuff, that. Mahedi Hassan, what a fielder.
Spectacular stuff. You won't see any like that. Talk about agility. Met him in the staircase yesterday. He was coming back from namaz and he was just slowly walking down. Maybe he's saving himself for a performance like this. Stupendous work. Short and punched that away. Excellent stroke to open his account with a boundary. And that is the over 2. After 10 it's 40.
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝির।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
The power play, the first one is done and dusted. There's the signal for the next phase of play. 11 to 40 overs and 4 fielders, of course, allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Bit of a surprise, Mashrafe Mortuza continuing. Gone for 23. He's been economical, 4.6. Now with the demise of Taylor, this feels he gets another over in. And it's promptly tonked over the top. But there's a fielder coming around. Mahmoudullah Riyad does well to stop the batsman from taking more than a run.
He went a bit leg side of this delivery. He tried to hit it over mid-off, just came off the inside half and bottom of the bat. Trying to clear the mid-off fielders in the ring. Long on is posted back, so he's just trying to pick up the boundary early on in the over. And take the pressure off the stage of the game. He's looked to go downtown. Mashrafi already last over, 6 and a 4 of him.
Well, is content to let that ball sail by. Early in his innings, got himself 4 runs. Feel that the pressure will be on Sean Williams, that added responsibility of the mantle of captaincy and thrust upon him, because Chamu Chibaba has got a split webbing and cannot play in this game. Mortuza.
Also, Irvin's been pretty disappointing. He played so well in the test matches and he's been quite some time since we've finished that game, and he's still not well enough to play, so that is huge concern for them. He's missed ODIs now. Is he getting better? It'd be good to know. Maybe we can find out from the camp, see how he's getting on, because they really could do with him here in this middle order.
Yeah, they sure could. The brilliant knock, the test match. Oh, now, in 2 minds. I just thought Sean Williams initially thought that he was going to have a go at it. Seems to just check his shot at the last moment. Well, you've got to commit yourself to a stroke. Will be in trouble if you're in 2 minds, particularly with the ball just in that corridor of uncertainty. That's why it's called the corridor of uncertainty, isn't it? It puts the batsman in 2 minds. Go for it or leave it. closer and comfortable enough to open the pace, but no runs.
There he is, Ryan Cook, South African, son of Jimmy Cook and brother of Tim Cook. Very well-known South African cricketing family in South Africa, and he's done a great job with the side. He have run out some great catches. He's really taken the side to the next level regarding their fielding.
Yeah, he'll be especially pleased with that effort from Mehdi Hassan Miraj. 50 up now, 50 for 2. Nice stroke, or once again straight to the fielder. 11 overs completed, 50 for 2.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে,
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ,
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
হ্যাঁ,
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট, 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Kumbe still there on 30 of 34. He's been the only batsman who's looked to have been comfortable in the middle. The man with the golden arm, maybe not with the one who's bowling, but in the field, grease lightning. It's an extraordinary run out from this guy. 39 wickets in his ODI career, which is not bad, 4 for 29. So he'll be making the batsman think. And you're talking about the fielding. South African, praising a South African.
But the love never hurt anyone, Shamim. Quite right though, he's been exceptional. The ball in hand in the field, and now he's got a chance to also change the course of the game with the ball when he bowls it. Here we go.
Waits on that, and that's nicely done. Haven't seen too much evidence of the ball turning in the first part of the game. There's not that much purchase. And Mehdi Miraj, not normally the biggest turner of the ball. Depends on his variations more than anything else. Not very tall either, so he can't use his height. It's the zippy ones like that that skid on to the batsman and surprise them.
It's got to just be consistent here, really. I think there might be a mistake in the offing. Just hits his areas consistently enough.
Oh, he's not allowing them any room at all. This is excellent. Not easy for a bowler to just come on and get into line and length on the money straight away. Caught. Just opportunity to rock back.
Hey there,
and use
Social
the
Blade
depth of the
fans.
crease.
Jenna
Soft
here
hands,
with a brand
get
new
yourself a single.
YouTube tip series. In this series, we're going to be covering what to do with a brand new YouTube channel. So if you
Gonna come
just
around the
started a
wicket to the
YouTube
left-handed
channel, just got
skipper
off the ground
Williams.
a couple weeks ago, or you're thinking about launching one, watch these videos and we'll show you how to start it off right. So guys, the question I get
Rebuilding
the
work
most
to be done.
often
The quad
is,
run rate
what
now
is the
ticking
most
over the 7
important
mark,
part?
7.1.
And the number one most important thing is
Again,
being
8 is
consistent.
the call.
And this is really across
Batsman
the
waited
board.
for that ball.
I would say the most
to come
important
in.
thing is really deciding on how often you're going to.
Scrum for Sped did that very nicely. Leaned back and just opened the face, used the pace, and gets himself 4 runs to finish over number 12. 55 for 2.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করি, আকাশটা।
Alamin needs to change his length a bit, and as well as the line as the ball skidding through. Much better from Alamin. Obviously coming after a long gap, the ODIs. Needs to gain the confidence. Needs to bowl at the right areas as well.
No. 17 gone. 77 for 3.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে,
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাডন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যেই এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
.53. Current run rate 7.45. What Zimbabwe will need from here on to get over the line in the second one-day international. TV ODI powered by Walton.
That's a good start from Miraj. Must be easing in confidence after that wicket. Goes at the right line and length. These two batsmen need to look for singles and doubles now. They need to build a big partnership from here on. Already lost 3 wickets. A big target to chase. From here on, they need 245 runs from 32.4 overs. Need to build a big partnership. At the same time, look for odd boundaries.
That's the key. If you remember, first one-day international, I said it's important for them to challenge themselves, even the batsmen at the bottom or end of the order. Give themselves targets. If it's going to say let's try and get 5 every over, it means that you're putting yourself under pressure to try and get singles. If you get a boundary early in the over, then you shift it. Let's go to 6 or 7 in the over, because there will be games where you are needed to do that to try and get over the line. Now he's batted well, 47 from 55, but he's had 3 dots in a row. Can't afford to have that at this stage. You have a comparison of the partnership at this period in the first innings between Mushfiq and Tamim. They really need to try and emulate that. 4 dots to end the over, 78 for 3.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
245 required from 32. Zimbabwean worm slightly behind the Bangladesh one. And if they continue to get boundaries like this, that gap will be closed. Alamin has been expensive since he's come on. Genuine outside edge, I think, from Wesley Madeo. It has softened the hands, though. Went fine to the man at third man for a welcome boundary, his first.
That would be unlucky for Alamin's point of view, though. He bowled well. That was a good ball, though. He knows. Needs to bowl at the right areas. Rest, other things, do the talking.
That's well bowled again, straight to the fielder. Bangladesh at this stage were 96 for 2, and Zimbabwe are now 82 for 3. And as I said again earlier, they need to build a partnership from here on, look for off boundaries and singles, and as you mentioned, that not giving so much dot balls, that will add extra pressure onto the batsman.
Better from Al-Amin. Couple of deliveries that were too short length in that first over, and he was punished for that. That last delivery in good length, the area that he wants to be hitting a bit more consistently. Change in the field, and he was at mid-wicket. Backward point. Now, 2 backward points and a third man. Nicely bowled. Just a hint of shape away from the right-hander. Would expect him to be operating in those areas after moving the man into that backward point area.
There was a roll of wrist a bit. Yeah, kept outside the right-hander. That's very good bowling, and the captain decided to bring in a fielder because of that boundary of the first ball. Went from outside edge of the bat.
Outside edge again by Wesley Madewere. So Al-Amin Hussain is definitely getting the ball just to move away from the right-hander. Gone for a 6 and 3 boundaries in his first 2 overs. This time, we'll have to feel a little bit sorry for him.
Definitely bowled really well in the, but both 2 boundaries came off of good deliveries. I won't be surprised if a captain brings in slip at the, yeah, slips there, as I was thinking, yeah. First slips there, Al-Amin.
Oh, and he's put him down. He has put him down. You called it, Mazza. You said if I was out there, I'd have a slip in. The slip's gone in, and next ball, he's put him down. 19 overs gone, 87 for 3. Said if I was out there, I'd have a slip in. The slip's gone in, and next ball, he's put him down. 19 overs gone, 87 for 3.
'87 for 3. Could easily have been 87 for 4. Good captaincy from Mashrafi. Got the slip in and not able to hold on. It's pretty regulation, that. And he's put him down. Disappointment for Al-Amin. He's gone for a couple of unfortunate boundaries in that over.
Santos going off the field. Yeah, must be hurt his fingers. Physio's there out there. Disappointing as a bowler if you bowled well in the right areas and you missed out on such opportunities.
A hint of turn. For the first time today, the surface has been really good. Barely any turn in it in that first one-day international. There hasn't been much to talk of in this one either. The big talk has been surface out here with having a lot more grass on it, a lot more greener grass on it, but it really hasn't affected the condition of it all that much. 321, 322, the first inning scores in both games. That tells you that it's a good batting surface.
Definitely, but they need to build up a partnership as well at the same time. Yeah, Mirag's using the crease pretty well, going wide of the crease. Wicket.
That tells you that it's surface.
Definitely, but they need to build up a partnership as well at the same time. Yeah, Mirage using the crease pretty well, going wide of the crease. Tight stance, that's right. Well bowled again, and he's mixing it up. He's tossing up and he's skidding through. It's a very clever bowler.
And he's gone wide of the crease for the majority of the over. And the one that got the wicket, he's gone a little bit straighter. He's got that ball to go straight on the arm. Good variation. The undoing of Sean Williams. Oh, that one just staying on the straight plane from Mahedi Hassan. Brings us to the end of the 20th. 3 down for 90.
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
.233 required. Entertain thoughts of 2. Wesley Madewere. Ashika Monokamwe is having none of it. Been involved in a run out already today. Senior statesman Brendan Taylor. Started to think of a second. Accelerated halfway down the pitch. Sanity prevails.
That's good intent from the batsman, pushing the fielders. Already added 24 runs in the partnership of 25 balls. It will be important for these two batsmen to push the Bangladeshi fielders as well as the bowlers to look for runs. That's well bowled, right on the spot. It will be important for Alameen to gain his confidence here after being hit for 2 boundaries and then a drop catch at the slips. No slip now at the moment, but he will look to bowl at the same areas.
Yeah, no slip because he's bowling to the in-man. I'm pretty sure Tuma David in the man will be back in that slip area. Tucked away. Taking to 49.
He played well for his 49, and he's seen few wickets fell from the other end, but he kept his calm and played good cricketing shots. And Madwere already in 13 of 13 balls, so it's providing a good support. And they need to build a partnership. I'm saying it again and again because they are chasing a huge total, and someone needs to score a big 100.
That's very nicely played by Madewere, in control. Opening the face, guiding it through that point area. Absolutely right, Mazza. Somebody needs to go out there and get a big 100. Zimbabwe are going to entertain thoughts of getting anywhere near this total. Exactly what Amir Iqbal did for Bangladesh in the earlier part of today.
Backs away, tries to make some room. What I like about Madwere is he doesn't try to hit the ball hard. Rather, he looks to time the ball more. Previous delivery, which he took for a single, was very good sound from the bat right at the meat of the bat. Although he just got one, but still he will feel a lot better.
End of the 21st, 93 for 3.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে বাসা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না কি?
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
120 for 2 is what Bangladesh were at this stage. Zimbabwe 93 for 3. 27 the gap between the two teams. That's what Zimbabwe needs to manage, is keeping that gap as close together as possible, as well as ensuring that you've got a minimum of wickets lost, of course, Maza.
It will be important for these two guys to stay as long. Another wicket, they might lose the momentum yet again. And these two have put up a good partnership of 26 of 31.
Big appeal. I wonder if this is going to be leg buys. It is. Signalled by Paul Rifle. Welcome runs for Zimbabwe. Again, just a hint of turn from Mahedi Hassan.
It's because he's trying to give more air to the ball rather than trying to skid through the batsman, what he tried to do initially. And now he senses a bit of turn. That shot, played it towards sweeper region for a single. He needs to bowl a little bit up as he's giving air and try to look for the turns. And the partnership goes 31 of 33 balls.
Man up at mid-off. I just wonder if he's getting caught up with this milestone. It will be his first in one-day international cricket. 2 balls ago. Clearly going way down the leg side. Tucked away. He'll get the single, very quickly run by Wesley Madeva, and he gets to 50. Does Kamunukamwe. Congratulated by his teammates in the dugout, and a big smile on the face. Why not? He's batted well. He's got himself to his first half century at this sliver of the game. 50 from 64, 5 fours, 2 sixes over Cow Corner on the onside. Hopefully that can get him to accelerate a little bit, which Zimbabwe needs. 20.
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝিরে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Wonderful innings from Kamunukamwe. And what's been even more pleasing from a Zimbabwe perspective is that he had his technical issues in the first game. He was stranded at the crease, got out as a result. And the positive forward movements you could see made such a difference. And the boundaries started flowing. And as he started timing the ball better, went from 4s to even 6s. But it always seems like time to come back to basics. Camping on the back foot. Quick look at his wagon wheel. John Kent alongside John is obviously, you can see the strength on the back foot. He's nudged it on the leg side, picked his areas to score the runs.
Good as he's committed to his big strokes. Didn't half play them, he committed to it, forward or back, and I really like the way he capitalised on those short balls and hit them out the ground.
Someone had to take the initiative. Fire rate already in excess of 8. Got stalwart like Sean Williams, Brendan Taylor back in the dressing room. So it's going to be Kamunu Kamwe, the 19-year-old, keeping him company at the other end. Marivere.
Getting on to the Bangladesh bowling side of things, I've been very impressed with Alamin here so far. He's got quite an unorthodox action, and he bustles in and angles it back into that right-hander. And once he gets the length, this tall guy, it's quite tough to get away if he gets the length right.
Got that through the infield for one. Yes, when he first burst on the scene, first reaction was that he's all arms and legs with his action. Alamin, would he have the control? He's obviously nurtured that action. He's molded into something that will work for him. They've asked the question. They've asked the question. The umpires stoically unmoved. They have the 15 seconds now. Not too many. Having a chat with Mashrafi Mortaza, but he's not interested. It's 101 for 3.
শরীফ ভাই, ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
But in the first ODI, it took a long time for Medias and Miraj to come into the attack. Today, it's been Taijul Islam who's had to wait for the 24th over to get his turn. Now, in the previous over, they didn't go for the referral, and that's why. I somehow thought that maybe it would have been shaving the top of the stumps.
Which side of the bowlers I've noticed, Burton? Oh, good start. So well manipulated on the leg side, and the fielding, the running between wickets was pretty poor from both teams right there.
Well, as a neutral, you've got to take some side or the other, and it is clearly a batsman's game. So if the bowlers can get a bit of help, why not? Clearly sliding down. Not going to get anything out of Paul Rifle.
Danger ball's really been the one that skids on with the arm. I haven't really seen too many grip and turn and go past the outside edge. Angles back in, LBW bowled. That's a big dismissal.
And there's one called by John Kent. He said LBW bowled, and he picked the second option. Went for a wild swipe. It's been a good innings, but that's not a shot he'd want to see in the replay.
Oh, he's just clipped the top of the stumps. What a lovely delivery, and a wicket in your very first over. Cleared the leg. He wanted to mow this over mid-wicket. Flipping the top. Hey, just the one bail out of its grooves. Tajul has struck the big wicket. The man that's in, he's gone. He's played well for 51. Zimbabwe 102 for 50.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো। আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Sikandar Raza comes out in his 99th one-day international, so he'll have another landmark to celebrate in 3 days' time, right here in Sylhet. And they're putting a little more pressure on the newcomer. They're just swapping around fielders. I thought they were trying to get an extra man in close catching position, just the one slip in there. You called this one even before the over started. He said this could possibly be trouble. The fact is the bowler had to deliver, he had to be accurate, and all he did was put it on the spot, and the batsman helped him out.
He's off the mark. Over up, 103 for 4.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝির।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Just one half century, chasing a total like 323. Needs somebody to go on to make a big one. Who's it going to be? Sikandar Raza's just come into bat. Now who's going to put up their hand now for Zimbabwe?
Salmon, you look pretty sharp there. As well. Oh, there we go. We've got some matching gear in the stands as well as the commentary box.
Nice in burgundy, all of them. The players, of course, have to be matching in their respective uniforms. Bright red, the yellow for Zimbabwe, colours of the flag. Green and red for Bangladesh. But it's always been nice, vocal, colourful crowd here in Bangladesh, coming in their numbers in the evening. Not the most convincing for the man in red and yellow.
Just in no position to play this. No footwork, pushing at the ball. Great delivery, really. Oh, he's angled everything back in for the right-handers this time, just nipping it away. Really been impressive here. Once he's hit the length, we mentioned earlier, he's been threatening. Side and outside edge.
And the Raza not looking too comfortable early on in his innings. Alamin, whose figures may not suggest it, but he's actually kept the batsman honest, and that's one thing you'll always get. Never mind all the crowd, you'll have some very familiar faces, the Tigers dressed up, and the musical instruments never far away. Interesting, what just happened there?
Raz's run, and he's just dropped his bat. Bit of a fright. Make your ground, and all's okay.
Oh, he was gone. He was dead and gone there. Even with bat in hand. He hadn't dropped the bat this time, but he was way out of his crease. He survives somehow. It's 106 for 4.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে,
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড-অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Have a look at this. Where was he going? He just called Madivere. It was never a run. Obviously, the youngster responded to that call. And he had all the time in the world to aim at the stumps. Wonder if he could actually run towards it and come a little bit closer and then gone for.
Just think at the moment, in this situation with Sikandar Raza just come in, I'd like them to bring cover up or mid-off, long off, into a mid-off position. I'd have a look there, put the brakes on, and no coming back from there, really. You just hope you don't hear that terrible sound. Fortunate.
I think all the Zimbabwe batsmen need to look at this man, Madivere. Steady. Just shown the maturity that belies his 19-year-old tag. Comes straight off the Under-19 World Cup in South Africa and rightfully drafted into this team. The experienced campaigners, we showed you all the number of matches played by some of the stalwarts. They haven't quite lived up to it. Sikandar Raza, match number 99.
33 years of age as well, so better time as any to step up to the plate. A bit of pressure here though, run rate required, 8.84 now to the over.
Another good over. 109 for 4.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
We often refer to this as a comparison. In some cases you can say it's not a comparison. Bangladesh at this stage 153 for 3. If anything, there was a phase after the 30th over that Bangladesh slowed down when Tamim Iqbal was closing in on his 100. Mahmudullah was batting out there with him, and with ball in hand now. Went through a bit of a drought and then accelerated once Tamim Iqbal got to 100. And how? Might losing wickets towards the end, they got to 322. Obviously Mashrafi Mortaza has realised that to pick up a wicket here. They've gone 44 deliveries now since having hit a boundary, Zimbabwe. Doesn't look like that's going to change in a hurry unless one of these two batsmen decide to show the intent. Sikandar Raza is busy. Madivere is still young, trying to find his feet, trying to figure out how to build an innings. Did really well the other night. He needs support.
Got himself to 20. Well played, well constructed. He's got 2 boundaries in that. Madivere needs to make sure there's limiting of dot balls here. They're at 6 singles and over. They're ticking over at a rate not enough. Poor delivery. Very, very poor delivery down leg and helped on its way for 4.
Yeah, that's how you break a boundary drought. Almost a half tracker there. And Sikandar Raza wasn't going to miss out. He just had to place it in the right direction. Wasn't perfectly timed, but just sort of pushed it along in the right direction. Couple of bounces for 4.
Okay, just the previous ball berating the bowler. And that ball is a lot better. Wider, but slower.
We actually did praise him for the better delivery. Bhalo Bhalo. That was a pat on the back for Mahmudullah. 27 gone, 117 for 4.
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
There's an interesting stroke. That's worth looking at again. Wesley Madivere decides to hop towards the leg side, wait, and then play the stroke.
Another look at his foot. He did a little skip away from the dance floor and played a shot through the offside. Shot! Ha! And has gone a long way, all the way for 6. Great shot by Raza.
Well, that's what he's capable of doing. And he decides to take on the left arm spin of Saidul Islam. And he connects it perfectly. Madivere was skipping within the crease, horizontally if you like. Sikandar Raza next ball skips down vertically, 86 meters, that's a long hit. When the required rate is touching 9, you'll need one of those big ones every over. Keep the singles coming, and it starts coming down. Don't want it to get into double figures and beyond. Just over 20 overs.
Is where's he going to look for his boundary when he does go? He backed away. It looked as though he was lining up that over extra cover region. Be a favourite area for him.
Well, the substitute fielder gets in the way. At point, it's 125 for 4.
শরীফ ভাই, ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
He'd be a happy man, the coach. If anything, the worries on the face of the opposition. Outplayed in the test match, 1-0 down in the series. Once again have conceded in excess of 300, just a run more than 2 nights ago, and find themselves in sort of a similar position. Run rate required going exponentially upward. What Mashrafi Mortaza is doing with his spinners is just asking the Zimbabwe batsman to make the pace. You've got to go for boundaries. Oh, that nearly was a catch. Good relay fielding, and they still keep it to 1. That should have been 2 for sure.
That is such poor running. Raza has all the time in the world to come back for 2 here. His shot wasn't far away from that fielder. Big effort. The long 2 turned down.
He'll find the fielder, will Sikandar Raza. One thing they can ill afford to have 2s cut down to 1. They need to get every run that they can to at least try and keep ahead with the game. Just 1 to finish the 29th, 129 for 4.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে বাসা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না কি?
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
That's how it looks. A couple of days off till the 3rd match here in Sylhet, and then back to Dhaka for the 2 T20 internationals. Once again, for the 2nd time, we're seeing that shot from Madivere. This time they do come back for 2. So it's something he's developed himself, just to maybe throw the bowler off his line.
Likes extra cover. Opens up that offside. Opening up that left foot. Tajul, he likes that though. He doesn't mind it, just angling it in. One mistake. All he's looking for. I like about what he's done there is his left leg's not getting in the way of him playing the shot, of the front foot or back. So it's slightly on the back foot. He moves his left leg out the way. MS Dhoni was the to really introduce that and be so good at it. Just open up the leg side without getting in the way with that left leg.
Raza trying to get into his own now. We'll have to keep an eye on that required rate. Even as we've spoken, it's gone up to 9.27. It's going to become a Madivere shot now. It's called the Madivere skip. This time the other way, gets 4 for it. Very clever. He's been skipping backwards, making room outside the leg stump, but this time he goes the other way and finds a vacant area behind square. Well played, clever.
They moved across the stumps, opened up that area so well. Just playing with the bowler, very clever, as you say. Backed away previously, now he's gone across the stumps. He's utilising the crease superbly.
Keep the strike for the next over. 138 for 4.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টারও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Nice little partnership in the making here between Sikandarada and Madhaveri. Fighting back, Zimbabwe, that's what they need. 37 of 39 now. There's still like 184 to get in 119. That gap has to close. 184 and 119 deliveries. And when you do get a partnership going on, somebody needs to play a leading role. We've seen a couple of boundaries in the... He's coming round the wicket. Very difficult angle to get the decision in his favour. The umpire not interested. He's still talking. He's still thinking. Oh, he's taking it.
Okay, we have player review for LBW. Can you show me the front foot no ball, please? Original decision is not out. Fair delivery. You can go to front on finisher. It's looks like no. Can you go to the ultra edge, please? Move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward. Okay, flat line, no bat involved, you can go to ball tracking. Yes, pitch outside leg, you can go to the on-field umpire. You can stay with your decision, you're on the screen. Make your signal.
Very optimistic to ask for the review on that occasion. Way down the leg side. They did take quite a lot of time to do it. Once they decided, yes, it is a close one, they went upstairs. They've lost the review. Right. Pushing that one in the vacant spaces for another single. Good evening, Tino. You like this partnership?
Good evening, Atta. Yeah, it's a partnership of importance for Zimbabwe, because after this, not really recognised batsman. Oh, a bit of turn. Definitely been a lot more turn on offer tonight than it was 2 evenings ago. 40 from 43 now, that partnership you're talking about, Atta. Disappointing thing for me, oh, it's a positive for this young man on screen, Wesley Madhaveri, is that he's looked the part in both games. Had a conversation with Sean Williams earlier today. Spoke about Zimbabwe's going to be chasing down a total of 320 like they did the other night. The senior batsmen have to score the majority of those runs. 31 overs gone. 143 for 4.
শরীফ ভাই
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
He looks pretty good. Well organized. Madhvere. And he opened the innings for Zimbabwe in the under-19 World Cup. There you go. You spoke about the seniors playing a leading role. Both of them are back in the hut. Brendan Taylor and John Williams. Bowled. That one coming back with the arm. But if you have two batsmen in the middle, the way both these have batted so far, you would still raise a little bit more hope for Zimbabwe. It's a much better effort. With the bat. Oh, that's a cracking shot. That's gone many a miles. That is a biggie from Sikandar Raza.
That brings up the 150 for Zimbabwe, 150 for 4, but this is a good shot, as you say, Atta. He's left the crease late. Hasn't telegraphed his intentions too early, and he has picked that up beautifully. It's come out the middle of the bat, and it's sailed way over the boundary. Oh, mix up once again from the Zimbabwean batsman. Been an afternoon of mix-ups for both sides, Atta.
Would have been done and dusted had he gone on. Hafiz Hussain is the gun field at the substitute. This time it's in the gap. That's fine. That is absolutely nothing wrong there. And that's exactly what he was trying to do earlier on. Playing with softer hands, finding the gap and then trusting your partner.
He's made a mistake, that mistake in particular, a few times. Oh, looking to cut that away, giving himself some room outside the leg stump. 151 for 4.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো। আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
That's wide. Down the leg side, it'll bring up the 50 partnership between these two. 50 from just 51 balls, so they've accumulated well. Be one man at mid-off. 51 runs, Sikandar Raza's contribution to that partnership. 20 from just 24 balls for Wesley Madhvere. As we've been talking about, a really important partnership for Zimbabwe, this one.
I'm just thinking, how long would you, as a captain, would you have someone like Mahmudullah Riyad in the attack? You bring him for a couple of overs, see whether he can break the partnership. If he doesn't, then certainly it requires a change. He's now given 21 runs in his fourth over. And I thought the seamers bowled well. So you got to understand the fact that once this pair has looked good against the spin department, why not bring in a seamer from one end. Mashrafi 8 overs, Shafiul Islam has got 5. And it's been 8 overs since the last time we saw a seamer in the attack. Including this one, 9. Beg your pardon, including this one is going to be the 8th. Straight to the fielder. And when you do say that big chase that you're eyeing, then singles is not going to help your cause. You've got to pick up a boundary in each over from here on. A ball, got to finish the over, 156 for 4.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
167 still required from 102 balls. The run rate has steadily gone up throughout the innings. This is the partnership package. And these two, Sikandar Raza has played some really nice shots to the spinners over the onside. Mesley Madevere at the other end, he's been deft with his touches, moving around the crease, not allowing the bowlers to settle. Intelligent little innings so far, 54 at partnership, 7 balls. And it's hit very, very well. He's found the gap between the two men on the leg side boundary. And again, this time going outside the off stump, playing the flat bat sweep and getting a boundary.
I really like the look of it, the way he played that shot. Continued position very early, just exposing his leg stump and then sweeping it, conventional sweep. And he's played that beautifully, bisecting the two fielders in the deep. His approach has been very refreshing for Zimbabwe. You don't really get to see a youngster making the cut in the national team after representing the national team in the under-19 circuit so quickly. Looks a serious talent.
Especially after in conditions that are alien to him. Did play an under-19 World Cup here, that was 4 years ago. Other than that, he hasn't really had the opportunity to play in these kind of conditions. This is him moving around the crease. Blue deliveries are giving himself room, going outside the leg stump. Blue deliveries, the ones he's played going onto the offside. That last one that he swept for 4 was because he was giving himself room. Going to the leg side, the bowler thought, let me try and follow him. And he went the other way. Created an opportunity for a boundary. For me, the biggest thing, Atta, the lessons that he would learn had he had the opportunity in these first couple of games to bat with senior partners in the side. Had 2 good partnerships with Sikandar Raza, both one-day internationals. He really has not looked flustered at this level.
Yeah, he was the highest scorer in that total of 152. He made 35 in his very first game. He looked good in that game also. But I like his way of batting. He showed you earlier that he'd gone down the leg side to make some room and then on to the offside to make some room for the onside. So he knows exactly what he wants to do in the middle. Pick up a single, they do. Single to finish the over. 8 in that over, 164 for 4.
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
$159 in 96. Time for a bowling change. A good call from Mashrafi Murtaza. 9 overs between the spinners. And now Shafiul Islam back in his second spell. He was very impressive in the first run. Got the ball to move around quite a lot. 1 for 25 in 5. His first spell. Starts with a short one. And gets the treatment. 4. The bat of Sikandar Raza.
Slightly short, not all that short. And he's just swiveled on that back foot as Sikandar Raza. Good effort running around by the fielder and hit well enough. Good cricket. Growing in confidence at the crease, Sikandar Raza. That partnership now, Atta, very quickly moved on to 67 from just 65 deliveries.
The boundary to start the over will certainly releases the pressure, knowing that they need almost 10 runs in an over from here on. It just relaxes you a little bit more. 4 to start with and then followed with a single, so they need to make sure that this over turns out to be a really good one for Zimbabwe. Good comeback on the money, on stumps. That's what he did earlier on in his spell also. He bowled so straight, gave nothing away. Shafiul Islam. Under 6 runs in over on a good batting surface. Short one that's gone up in the air. And it's safe. But Mushfiqur Rahim was a little bit too far from him.
This was a good option by Shafiul Islam. And as you say, Atta, surprised him. Talked about both of these first 2 ODIs that the ball just skids on a little bit more in the evening under lights. Again, I think that'll be called wide. And is. That's way over the top. Easily under that Sikandar Raza. Confirmation way over all the height had he been standing at the crease. Run rate for the first time above 10. 10.02. Pulled away. They'll look for 2 here. Zimbabwe. Good work on the boundary, making sure that they get just the 1. Yeah, it is a good over. 8 from.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না
চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
$127 in Bangladesh innings. Zimbabwe have already amassed 118. That's where difference has been at this stage. Zimbabwe tied down a bit at one stage where they didn't rotate the strike as well as they could have. Al-Amin Hussain, 5 overs, 27 runs. Did well to bring that run rate back down because went for 3 4s and a 6 in his first 2 overs.
Not a lot of difference at this stage of the game. Bangladesh were 190 for 3. Zimbabwe 172 for 4. And they'd be hoping that one of them gets a big one here. Got a lot of overs left here. And the crowd has been coming in big numbers. Yeah, very nice to see so many coming. A beautiful stadium, one of the best in Bangladesh. Don't want to miss an action here if the game is on. This will start to create a little bit of pressure. Yes, we know that he's batted for a while, 39 of 38 now for Sikandar Raza, but he's started with 2 dots here. Really good from Al-Amin Hussain. And when this happens, then the batsman starts to think what I can do next to cover those first 2 deliveries. Looking to play a big shot. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, misfield by Mamdullah down at third man. They allow the Zimbabweans to come back for 2. If he is going to get after the bowling or look for the boundary attack, on the offside, he's got Miroff up in the circle, so there's an opportunity there. Maybe straight back past the bowler, and then a big gap from square leg on the boundary all the way around to long on. 45 is also up in the circle. For the options that he's got, if he's thinking about the boundary.
Been dangerous on the length, and he's hardly missed the length. Has he been wide at times? Dropped catching the slips. Gone past the bat a number of occasions. Very good. And he started really nicely here with 2 dots. Turning out to be a good over for Al-Amin Hussain and Bangladesh.
Will be wide down the leg side. Interesting. The other day I was taking a stroll around while the teams were preparing for the game. Of course, he didn't play the other day, doing a bit of extra work with the bowling coach, Otis Gibson. As you know, always used to like that last delivery, just angle the ball in. Otis Gibson was just telling him about pushing the palm as far as possible, straight down the line of the ball. In the air, is this an opportunity? It was, but not able to hold on to that. Zimbabwe will come back for 2. And another opportunity given to Bangladesh to get young Wesley Madevere out. It looked like he didn't pick it up very early. Moved a little late, Sheffield. And yes, he had to put the dive in, and it wasn't all that low. Disappointment for Al-Amin Hussain. It's the second time that Madevere has been dropped off his bowling. Punched off the back foot. and past the man at mid-off, and what a way to get to his first 50 in one-day international cricket. It's just the second game. Wesley Madivere, he looks to the skies, he gives thanks, and it has been an absolutely brilliant knock. 52 from 56.
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টারও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
...141 of 84, just about 10 and over. 14 overs, 141, a shade over 10 required, 10.07 to be exact. It's been marvellous 50 from the young 19-year-old Wesley Madivere. 52 not out of 56 deliveries, coming into time when the likes of Sean Williams, Brendan Taylor were all back in the pavilion, really showing maturity. And as far as Zimbabwe's future is concerned, the likes of Madivere in the side, definitely in good hands. At the moment, they'd be more concerned about the present. Can this future star make a dent and get Zimbabwe back into the series? They need to score a 10 and over in the last 14 to take it to Sylhet on the 6th, with the series still alive. Taijul Islam has half his spell still to go, and Madivere's got good company in Sikandar Raza. They've put on 80 of 77. If only they had maybe a couple of more wickets standing. Bit more experience. Someone like Craig Irwin still there. they would have considered themselves well in the game. They're far from out of it. So often teams these days look at the calculation in terms of a T20 run chase, 14 overs to go. By those standards, is stiff. But it's a challenge they're going to have to take.
With the new format of 2020 cricket, this is definitely possible. But oh, that's close and that's gone. Just jacked back at him. And Marivere thinking of the review. Has he taken it? Not yet. He's thinking about it. He's talking to Raza. He might as well take it. Oh, he's walking. That's a bit of a surprise. Looked pretty straightforward and plumb to me, though.
But I guess it was just about saying that how many batsmen do we have left? Am I the last hope? Could we take a chance with this? I guess, yeah, you're right. Maybe it was just far too adjacent. And that's what Sikandar Raza told him. Look, well played, young man. But I think you were gone. Really good innings. It's 183 for 5. Marivere goes for 52.
শরীফ ভাই, ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে?
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই?
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Zimbabwe wicketkeeper Richmond Mutumbami walks out. Not quite as experienced as some of the players we've mentioned earlier. The man batting at the other end with him, Sikandar Raza, playing his 99th one-day international. But certainly not as relatively inexperienced as the man who's just been dismissed after playing a great hand.
Well, you can see, simple matter. That's why no review was taken. Should have got back behind ball after all the hard work he had done before. That's chipped in the air, but quite safely. Still surprised with him not getting bat on a ball which really didn't do much. It was pretty much straightforward. It's just down the wrong line. And after facing 57 deliveries, scoring 52, riding your luck, being dropped on a couple of occasions, you really sour taste in your mouth if you get out in that manner. New to the international arena, as you said, and got a lot to learn. As that almost slipped through, skid, and he had to hurry down on that one.
Almost 92 kilometers an hour, just pushed that one through. Taijul Islam and surprised Sikandar Raza. 184 for 5.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে বাসা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না। কি
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
The leg spinner, Inotenda Mutumbotsi, and the 3 quick bowlers to come for Zimbabwe. Really this pair of vital importance, Richmond Mutumbami and Sikandar Raza. Just had a big partnership. Zimbabwe were hoping was going to get to 3 figures. opportunity for Bangladesh to close out things here. Another couple of wickets.
And an opportunity for Alamin Hussain to get a wicket. Lost 2 opportunities, 2 dropped catches.
Yeah, he'd look back at the spell, 6.1 overs, none for 37. Tell himself he hasn't bowled all that badly, but the figures don't quite reflect that.
Happens, doesn't it? And when a bowler would be bowling a decent enough spell, though I feel he won't be too happy with his economy rate at 6, whereas the run rate for the team is 4.95.
That's gone very high up in the air. It's going to elude the fielder, Tamim Iqbal. I think he always knew it was going to be safe, did Mutumbami. The real question is, was Alamin thinking another one going down? This is what happened earlier.
Yeah, the drop there in the slips by Shanto, and this one in the deep should have been taken. The fuel missing out, and even in the last delivery, it was hanging in the air for a while. Alamin Hussain is thinking, please, someone catch it. There's no one near any bowler, fielder rather.
Yeah, sometimes you just go through a phase where no matter how effective you might be with ball in hand, a couple have gone down the outfield. Could dent your confidence. Misfield goes for 4. Just burst through the hands of cover there. And Mutumbami will be grateful for that.
Well, Litan Kumar Dash, the guilty party on that occasion, should have done better, as that one's hit away pretty hard. Maybe the awkward bounce. It almost went to him on the pole. Very annoyed with himself. Hurt his finger earlier. Look at this. Yeah. Rising on him at the last moment. Just didn't line it up properly.
Where are my keeping gloves, he's thinking.
A lot of keepers on offer on either side. We were talking about it earlier. Some keepers are pretty happy with fielding in the outfield. Some are not.
Pick up runs for that. That'll be 4 to Mutumbami. Just straying down on that occasion. That will be disappointing from Alamin.
And also the manner he played it. Look at the depth of the crease, and he's standing tall. He's just waiting for the ball to come on, closing the face of the bat. It's just slight element of risk, but he does it to a nicety. If he missed the line and the ball crept through, he was pretty much in front of the wicket. But eventually, the end result was very disappointing for the bowler, but the batsman will take it.
Good comeback. 194 for 5.
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Taking that off his stump, Sikandar Raza. One thing that Zimbabwe will take heart from, that the gap between Zimbabwe's score now and where Bangladesh were is down to 11 runs at the start of this over. It had got to a stage where it was 44. And also, Bangladesh started losing wickets regularly towards the latter half of the innings. There's the comparison. Still 11.
And if the batsmen are aware of that fact, they'll be telling themselves, look, We have done this kind of thing at this run rate around the 11 mark in the T20 format. Maybe we have to do it for a longer period of time. But let's batten down. Let's get it moving. Particularly Sikandar Buck can step on the gas any moment. He can take the attack back to the bowlers with some with his array of shots like that. Slapped it, and again it's through the hands. When he hits them pretty hard.
Certainly Mutumbami's been positive from the time he's walked out. A couple of boundaries. Again, this pairing can be very important to keep that aggression going. Keep the momentum going from the previous partnership between Sikandar Raza and Wesley Madivere. Just a moment, they would have been wondering, but he was quick enough to get in 199 for...
শরীফ ভাই
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি।
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Shafir Islam started off the wicket-taking efforts for Bangladesh today. He's been handed the ball by Mashrafi Mortaza. Always enthusiastic no matter what. The torches are out. Sending a bit of colour to an already colourful audience. Wonderful setting. Oh, he was surprised by that. It'll end up showing as 4. But it's also 50 for Sikandar Raza, 200 for Zimbabwe. Everything happening all together.
And he raises his bat to the ovation of the crowd and his teammates. Very awkward manner in getting his... really in a tangle. Oh, did well to get a bit of glove, I think, to it. No control at all. Very fortunate it didn't go a little closer to the keeper. But he'll take it. You can see from his demeanour that, well, you've got to ride your luck, and he's ridden it well. 2 6s and 3 4s so far.
We know that Shafiul can always surprise you with that turn of pace. Showed you earlier on in his first spell. Was touching 140.
Yeah, look at his fastest, 138, as you're saying, almost touching 140, and he can really slow it down. What he does well is bowl wicket to wicket. Only problem in striving to do that is sometimes tends to go down the leg side. When he's accurate, he's not allowing the batsman to have any kind of wit to play around with.
There's confirmation of why Sikandar Raza did in fact get to a 50. Just flirted with the gloves there and went down for 4. Disappointment for Shafiul. Triumph for Sikandar Raza. Least commanding of all his 51 runs, but he'll take it.
He's been impressive. He came in at a time when wickets were falling all around him. He had to rebuild the innings. As you said, maybe not his best 50, but with shots like that, with the freebies offered down the leg side, he's going to make sure that opportunities when were given to him were handled well, like that shimmy down the wicket, and for a big strike. To be powering his way on the onside more than the off. We'll soon find out with the wagon wheel. But it's been an innings, sensible innings, a disciplined innings under duress.
Yeah, just to confirm that, have a look at that cluster on the onside. All the boundaries, in fact, coming on the onside. The 2 6s we saw The last little blue line just behind the wicket was that little flick off the glove to get to 50, but otherwise every single boundary and six is on the onside, just those push singles on the off. That'll be 4 as well. Very deliberate from Richmond Mutumbami, and a boundary to finish that over. 208 for 5.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
সামনে যাইতে পারে, সামনে যাইতে পারে, সামনে যাইতে পারে।
Bangladesh now get an extra fielder outside the 30-yard circle, making a maximum of 5. If they should so choose, there's no reason they shouldn't. Partnership just starting to flourish now. 26 of 23 deliveries.
Look at the last ball of the last over. Just the width offered, and it deliberately guided that to third man quite comfortably. Looking very solid, very good. Mutumbami, very positive. As I speak, shimmies down the wicket, just falling shy of the fielder there. As you said earlier, it's refreshing to see the attitude of Mutumbami. 18 of 15 so far. That's what they got to do. Cannot die wandering. You've got to make an effort to go to that target.
Good boy, good boy.
Beautifully driven by Sikandar Raza. It's been cut off by Afif Hussain. And he'd only get 1 for his efforts, but it certainly looked good.
Sure did. It looked pretty graceful. In the ICC rankings, one-day internationals, all-rounders, Mohammad Nabi leads Ben Stokes, Imad Wasim calling the ground home, Chris Stokes, and now 2 of them from Zimbabwe, 9 and 10. Sikandar Raza and Sean Williams.
Yeah, at number 9 in the all-rounders list, Sean Williams back in the hut, captaining the side today. Some very impact players in there. 2 from Afghanistan, 2 from Zimbabwe in the top 10. Good to see.
Indeed, you can take a lot of heart, and those are the 2. Sean Williams was expected to perform today. Just flew in a couple of days back, maybe he's still not recovering from jet lag. They have been pegged back by the illness of Craig Irwin, the injury. Bit webbing to the captain, Chamuchibaba. Things have not really gone their way, but they're making a fist of this game.
That's going to be very close. Given looked adjacent to the naked eye, and they have gone up absolutely immediately. Mutumbami was the batsman. Sikandar Raza said, "We are going upstairs."
Waiting for the outrage, Mukul. Move forward, move forward. Okay, flat line as the ball passes the bat. You can go to ball tracking. You can go to ball tracking. You can go to ball tracking. Yeah. Ball tracking is coming up. Pitch in line, impact in line, and wickets umpire's call. And you can go to the on-field umpire. You can stay with your decision.
Well,
make
its
your decision.
umpire's call has been given out, and just bad luck. It seemed to be drifting down the leg side, but it just clipped the wicket, and that means that is the end. A disappointing end.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Just as another partnership started to develop, Taijul Islam finding the breakthrough. They went up immediately. Sikandar Raza was the one who said, we'll go up. The only good news for Zimbabwe is that they actually retained the review, given the fact that it was umpire's call, shaving the outside of leg stump. Hence the disappointment for Richmond Mutumbami. Captain comes back, first ball 4 for Sikandar Raza.
Excellent shot. Just waited on that one so very nicely. It was just 121 clicks, and all he did, lean back and played it so very late. There you see, he was waiting and then guiding it over the face. Just even placement was exactly where he wanted it. No protection beyond that square backward point area. Third man too straight to even try and retrieve that.
This time onto his favourite onside, coming back for a second, and the throw in at the keeper's end, he might have had him in a bit of trouble. The very quick runner between the wickets, Sikandar Raza.
And he's just deciding now that he's going to try and score as many of the runs as he can himself. See that intention changing, particularly after the demise of Mutumbami, realizing that Mutumbotsi might not be a partner who will eventually stand up and give him that support from the other end. So taking it more in his own hands at the moment. Like that. Good. What about that? That's high in the air, and it's going to go. Did it go for the distance? I think just might have landed inside. One bounce inside for 4.
Very clever Sikandar Raza. Seen him play this shot quite a lot in T20 cricket. Employs it sparingly in the 50-over format. But he's chosen the right time to do so, and the right bowler to do it against. Mashrafi Mortaza coming in for his 9th over. Started with well-placed boundary backward of point. Been a busy over so far. 4-2-4. They need that. And again, gets it past the fielder. That's going to be... Oh, he just about cuts it off there.
Well, it's been a big over so far. 12 runs coming from it. Only 4 deliveries bowled. Sikandar Raza has really taken the attack straight away. As soon as he saw Mashrafi Mortaza coming in, he's telling himself, I've got to take advantage of this. I'm going to try and up the ante here. Get as close as possible. Still within striking distance. Under 12 per over from now on. They need to hang on to the wickets.
Slashes and gone. Mashrafi Mortaza strikes, and it's one stroke too many for Zimbabwe's last hope, Sikandar Raza. It was a busy over. You could see something was going to happen in every single delivery. Unfortunately for Zimbabwe, a wicket happens as well.
He's trying to strike it over the top, but just slicing it to Mohammad Riyad, who makes it look very, very simple. That was on the cards, but I give him a lot of credit for the innings that he has played. He has to go for 66, 225 for 7.
Who can hang around in the longest format of the game, Donald Tiripano. We pulled out some numbers during the test match. Not sure he can be a man for the occasion when you need 12 runs and over in a one-day international. And being tested out by the skipper. Mushi loves it. Good finish to that over.
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Two new batsmen in at the crease.
Come on, lads. Come on, lads.
Donald
Come on,
Tiripano.
lads. Finish him
Ken
off well,
Hamilton
Lloyd.
both
Finish
speak.
off well here, lads.
Are we going through the last rites of this game here? The departure of Sikandar Raza.
Well, he was in control for the first 4 deliveries. Eventually sliced that one, and Mashrafi Mortaza had the last laugh, getting the wicket for the 5th time, I understand, taking the wicket of Sikandar Raza. Can't expect too much from these two. A lot of inexperience, but the big man is going to be happy with that effort from Mohammad Riyad, who I think is the smile breaks out on his face. Very relaxed smile from the captain, Mashrafi Mortaza.
Mentioned the 5 times that Mashrafi Mortaza has got Sikandar Raza. Just asked Arun to look up who's been his bunny, if you could call it that. He's got into double figures with Hamilton Masakatsa 10 times. Hamilton Masakatsa's somewhere at the ground at the moment. Director of cricket for Zimbabwe.
I had a chat with him last night and asked him how he's feeling with his new responsibilities. Just said, easing into it, easing, getting to learn things.
Was that over a cup of tea?
Just a cuppa.
That's it.
The most genial guy, I can tell you that. Over completed, 43 done.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Seven overs to go. 96 runs needed. The skipper, he's about to start his last over of the game. 1 for 42 this evening. Right on target again, running between the wickets, unsure, and he misses the stumps. That was there to be had. He shot and he missed.
There's been some bizarre calling, not just in the Zimbabwean innings, Bangladesh innings as well. The problem that Donald Chikapano had is that he was deep in the crease when he played that ball. He was nowhere near even thinking about getting home.
Use of the feet. He's found the gap for 4. He's had a full go at that one as Mutumbodze.
I don't think Tino's going to stick around here. An area that he loves to score in. Up and over that offside field. Not the connection he would have wanted. But the result is good. 91 needed from 40. The rate continues to go up. I'd expect that. Also a couple of wickets. And a couple of set batsmen. Last few overs. Then Sikandar Raza.
The poor delivery there. Labouring a little bit here as the skipper. His last over. He made a much better fist of it this evening than the first game. Very good partnership from the youngster. And Raza batting nicely this evening. Williams with Taylor unfortunately not going bigger this evening. I think if they had been able to get some sort of partnership early on in the match, giving them a real good chance of chasing this down. Use of the feet and big swing.
You make mention of those partnerships, John. Well, they've had a couple. Had them later on in the innings, and you're needing 6 and over from the onset. Really do need a big partnership at the top of the innings, and hope that one of those batters bats the majority of those 50 overs. Bangladesh have done that well. Tamim Iqbal today, Eton Das 2 days ago. Something that the Zimbabwean batsman can pick out of Bangladesh book of batting in the series so far. Always going to be behind the 4 ball. That early partnership is not there, taking advantage of the fielders in the circle.
This is a seriously slower ball there. The pace at all under 100 kilometers an hour, floated down. Spinner's pace really. Nudged for 1 on the offside. Run rate required over 14 to the over. So that Bangladesh have won the toss. 2 out of 2 batted first. No, Zimbabwe would have done the same. What they have done is someone in that top 3's batted big. Something that's been the standout. And a big 100 in both innings. running hard, pushing for the second. Just another mix-up. A wild throw as well. 10 runs off the over, 237 for 7.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টারও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Reverse sweep is an appeal, half an appeal. Another mix-up running between the wickets again, and they run through. That's a bit of a mess, that delivery all round.
Leg by Given. Interesting. I thought that came off the batsman's glove. Review taken nonetheless.
Comes down the ground, firmly hit, but that long on field, they're very straight. But this has been wonderful display by Taijul, who's 4 deliveries left in his day's work here. 3 for 45. He's really been the standout bowler this evening.
He's been bowling like the Taijul that we know. Struggled a bit this match, a bit better second innings. Definitely his performance in these 2 one-day internationals. Reminding us of his quality. Influence he has with the ball in this Bangladesh side.
সামনে যাবে সামনে বাইরে করিস
Use of the feet again, extra covers his area, and he's hit it beautifully for 4. Terrific shot.
আরো বাইরে তো সামনে পড়ে গেছে
He will not hold back. Multinum Tumbudzi in particular, an extra cover region. Put off the legs.
আবার যাবে সামনে যাবে
Really good over that cover area on the offside. Doesn't need a second invitation. Well bowled by Taijul. Realised how strong he is in that area. Not giving him the room to be able to lay his hands through that offside.
Generally speaking, his pace through there is quite tough to come down and make it into half volley, and also saying that trying to go deep in the crease, trying to cut him is pretty tough as well. Skids on, be difficult to get him away. Another reverse sweep, doesn't beat the man. Bit of a wild throw coming in, but that's his 10 overs. It's a good day's work for him. 3 for 52, Zimbabwe 246 for 7.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট, 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Skipper Mashrafi's bowled his 10 overs, 1 for 52. As well as Taijul, he's finished his day, 3 for 52. So 4 wickets amongst those 2 bowlers. Plenty of overs left amongst the rest here. Well, I mean, he's going to be starting his 8th over. I mean, he's been unfortunate this evening. A couple of catches put down. He'll want to strike and try and finish off this Zimbabwe tail. That's gone high. Very, very high and a long, long way.
This is a good shot from Donald Tiripano. One, because he's waited as long as possible before he comes down the wicket. Didn't allow Alamin the opportunity to see what he was doing. 76 meters. That's cleared the long on boundary with absolute ease.
I'd love to know how high that went. I tell you what, that went about 100 meters in the sky. That was so high.
It did. For a moment, I thought it was going to get over the boundary. Cleared comfortably. 36 balls for that 50, the fastest. Takes Zimbabwe to 252, and that will take them to 256. So Donald Tiripano is getting a move on here. 16 from 13, but 10 of those have come in the last 2 deliveries.
Giving it a bit of tap here. Over long on, and then shows the class there. Guesses that tiny gap between extra cover and middle fielder. Runs to win. 67 of 28 balls. Just say what could have been up at the top. Just a bit of a better start there. Got some men in at this point. Yeah, you still have a real good chance here. Problem is the wickets column. A bit of a flick pull. Call that.
Yeah, I think he expected that to get to him at a lower height. Just maneuvered it into that onside, but well bowled, Alamin, because he's got the protection on the onside. Backward square leg. Foul corner on the boundary. Long on.
Hit back firmly. Another wonderful looking shot for 4. This is becoming a big over. 15 from it already. 2 balls remaining.
That's a good shot by Tinum Tumbudzi. It's pretty full. Just missed the Yorker length. Firmly struck back past the bowler. What he had to do was make sure he got enough power on it to beat the man at mid-off, who's pretty straight on the boundary. He moves on to 17 from just 9 balls. Really brought an injection of energy when he's come out to bat here. Wide.
He's really struggled here, this over, Alamin. First ball, he thought I'd have a bit of a loosener here, and it just went over long on for 6. Thereafter, he still missed his areas. The previous ball, that got hit straight back past him, real half volley, and got dealt with severely. Right now, he's under huge pressure. 16 off the over. They just thought it was just going to happen. I think the last 5 or so overs, they've just been going through the motions of Bangladesh. Got to be very careful this game of cricket.
I think what the Zimbabwean batsmen have done today, which they didn't 2 nights ago, was take it to them in this latter part of the innings. That's well bowled. Slow ball bouncer. Shamim Chaudhary referred to it as making sure that you give yourself the best opportunity, leaving nothing to chance. The last game, Zimbabwe just capitulated. Last few batsmen who came into the crease nearly just let the game die. Bangladesh thought exactly the same was going to happen today, and it hasn't. That's well bowled. Another slow ball to finish the over. 46 gone, 262 for 7.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব আকাশটাও
আরে ভাষা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না
কি যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
61 to go. 4 overs remaining. He'll be swinging from the hip here. There is no doubt about that. Last over was a huge one. The fielders are taking their time, setting up where they need to stand. They're not too sure.
.37 from 27, the best 8-wicket partnership in Bangladesh for Zimbabwe. Little chat between the two at the crease. Sheffield. Ball is 8th over. Can bowl good Yorkers, and we know that. Oh, that's beautifully struck. He's missed the Yorker length outside the off stump. Donald Tiripano has played an excellent stroke over extra cover. 6 runs.
Hold the phone. Here we go. This man is playing a wonderful hand. Tiripano, I tell you what, he bowled a bit and got a bit of tap, and now he's making them pay. He's a terrific shot at extra cover.
68 metres. That last 6 from Donald Tiripano. And he's gone again. This time he's gone straight. And it's sailing over the man at long off. Brilliant shot from Donald Tiripano. And he keeps Zimbabwe's hopes alive. Even the locals are enjoying.
What is going on out there? 2 in a row. He's standing and delivering. The ball is in the slot. But look at that. Down the ground all the way. 6-6 to start the over. 49 of 22 balls.
He's moved very quickly on to 29 as Donald Tiripano. Just 16 deliveries. What I've liked about these strokes is that he hasn't premeditated. He's waited for the ball to be bowled, and he's reacted to the ball that's been bowled to him. Shafiul Islam, twice he's missed the Yorker length under pressure. 12 of the first 2 balls of the 47th over. This time he goes short. That's a good delivery. It's gone up in the air, and it's gone past the man at 45, and it goes down to the boundary for 4. Brings up the 50 partnership, 53 from just 30 balls. And Donald Tiripano and Tinom Tombodzi are chasing down this Bangladesh total.
Gone short. He's pitched it up. He's gone for 6 this time. Short over fine leg. His fielder could not rein it in. Effort in vain. What an unbelievable partnership. 53 from 30. Tiripano, he is playing a blinder here.
That run rate from being up at 16 in the last over has come down to 12.86. And as long as these two are at the crease and going as well as they are, the Zimbabwean change room will believe they have hope. And that's beautifully struck this time along the ground by Donald Tiripano. They'll think about 2. And they'll come back comfortably. So good running between the wickets as well by the Zimbabweans. And it's been a good partnership between these two. That's in the last over. Donald Tiripano, that 6 over long on. Tombodzi has played his hand at the other end. Tiripano, the chief contributor in the partnership. Well bowled. That's the length we know he can bowl so well. Just the single. 1 ball to go in the 47th. 19 runs so far. Been a good over. Tinom Tombodzi needs to be sensible here. Not much to come after him. Carl Mumba. Carlton Chuma. He needs to make sure that even if it's a dot ball at the end of this over, He bats for a bit longer with Donald Tiripano. Down the ground. They'll get one to finish up the over. 47 gone. 282 for 7. 20 runs off that last over.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
A flurry of boundaries in the last couple of overs, and that has just kept Zimbabwe's hopes alive. 57, the partnership between these two from 33. Christopher Mpofu on the right, sitting out today. Douglas Honda, the bowling coach, on the left, being pretty relaxed. 41 required from 18 balls. Alamin to continue. Long on. Deep mid-wicket. Backwards square leg, a fine leg. On the offside, the only man on the boundary is at point. I expect these to be angled into the right-hander like that. Nicely bowled. Allowing the batsman to get under the ball. One to start off the over.
Superb Yorker. That's where he needs to be bowling at this stage of the game. Even the last over, caught up in short balls, wide balls. Simple as that. Get in the hole. Limit the damage straight away.
Couldn't be a better start to the over in terms of where he's got those balls to pitch. Full Yorker length, not allowing the batsman to get under the ball. That's a short delivery, swatted away by Tinom Tombodzi. Straight to the man. Deep mid-wicket. Just the 3 singles then. Off the first 3 balls of this over. Captain will be happy with that bowling to his field. Amin Hussain. He'll take care not to miss that. Swatted away by Tinom Tombodzi. Straight to the man. Deep mid-wicket. Just the 3 mark to Donald Tiripano. We've seen him belligerent form last 3 balls of this over. Bowling to his field.
Once again, superbly executed. This is what you call much better death bowling. He's managed to come to the party and over late, one would say. He's worked out what he needs to be done after the last over travelled. Over 16 runs. But he couldn't do it before the fact. Now he seems to have worked it out, a plan. He's got long on, long off. Leg side field has been put back, but this time they're bringing up short fine leg now. They're having a small change in the field setting. The mid-off was up. There is the Zimbabwean coach.
Malchand Rajput looking on keenly. Former opener for India, of course, 10 years ago. Struck by Donald Tiripano, wide of the man at long off. Steve Hussain will do the cleaning up. A good over in the context of the game, 7 from it.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Two overs to go. They were dead and buried not 10 overs ago. I'll tell you what, they've turned this game on its head. 34 runs needed. 2 overs remaining. They've really, Turapano has been special. A wonderful hand here. He's had 2 4s, 3 6s. And he's given them a sniff here. And Bangladesh close this out. I think it would be a massive effort here to somehow get over the line, but it's possible. Shafiul, 8 overs, 1 for 62. He's gone at quite a lick today, as has Alamin. The Zimbabweans have really cashed into the seamers. Right up, over extra cover. Brilliant shot, wide of long off. A boundary off the very first ball.
That's a good cricket shot from Tinom Tombodzi. And I reiterate, it's an area that he scores in well. Now look at that. That ball is probably going to miss the leg stump. And he's got himself in a position where he's manoeuvred the ball wide of the man at long off on the boundary. And that just shows you how strong a player he is in this area. .68 now, the partnership from 40 balls. 25 of those, the partnership to this man. Come down the wicket. Come back for 2. Zimbabwean batsman get back comfortably.
Better delivery. Second one. This ball is in the slot. Look what that fielder did. The bowler, no favours whatsoever. They hurled it in from about 20 metres away. No one backing up. Very clever fielding. Full toss. The single, think he missed out there. Square leg is up in the ring. That could have been an option there. Comfortable boundary option.
69 for the 1 wicket from his 8.3 overs. Shafiul, 27 from an over and a half for Zimbabwe to get over the line. And Amin gone for 70 from his 9. Bowled.
Well played, brilliant shot. He's hit it the low full toss, wide of long on, and he somehow got it for 4. Superb batting by Mutombodzi.
Brings up the 300 for Zimbabwe, 301 for 7. And that's a good connection. Not easy to hit those low full tosses. And as well as he did, and into the gap. 76 from 44, that partnership. Last 100 and just 58 balls. 216 ODIs played in Bangladesh previously to this one, and that is the highest 8th wicket partnership ever in Bangladesh. In the air, wide of the man at long off. They'll come back for 2. Zimbabwean batsman and brings to the end the 49th. 14 runs from it. Zimbabwe 303 for 7.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না কি কোনো হইচই আছে
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
This is now the highest 8-wicket partnership ever in ODIs in Bangladesh. 78 not out from Tirapano, Mutumbodzi. They've given themselves a chance here. 20 runs needed off the final over. Alamin, he's been entrusted with this. A couple of fielding changes being made. Third man up, backward point up in the ring. There's a man next to the umpire as well on the one. The rest of them, fine leg, deep mid wicket, long on. Those are the men in the position. Can he get those Yorkers right once again? In the slot, hit back down the ground. Just a single.
Disappointed is Donald Tiripano. He knows that there was an opportunity. He's missed his length, Alamin. Donald Tiripano getting the inside half of the bat and not able to lift that up and over on side field. 19 required from 5. Going to need a couple of sixes here, Zimbabwe, if they're going to remain in the hunt.
Oh, short ball, let's have a look at the umpire. Yes, his arms have gone out. All rifle, he's going to have to go again there. He saw him coming and he went short. He got it wrong, well over the head. Mutumbodzi.
It's the right option from Alamin after seeing Mutumbodzi advance, and I don't think he's got much of a case there.
Oh, what a shot! Hasn't got the legs. He thought he got all of it. It's only ended up landing in Long On's hands, and that's unfortunate. It was in the slot to hit. That is well taken at Long On. It's a huge wicket to break this partnership.
That's unfortunate. He's come down the wicket, Mutumbodzi, and he's got closer to the pitch of the ball. I wonder if he had stayed in the crease, if he would have been able to get under it. Unfortunate end to his innings. It's been a good one. 34 from 21. Fighting innings with Donald Tiripano. Zimbabwe now 305 for 8. Kalmumba walks in at number 10 for Zimbabwe. Showed us the ability he has in that first ODI at the end of the Zimbabwean innings to strike the ball well. Big, strong lad, got long levers. He won't be on strike now. The on fire Donald Tiripano is.
That is terrific shot. What a wonderful stroke that is. All the way for 6. It's not over.
It is not over at all. Donald Tiripano takes Zimbabwe within 3 scoring shots. He moves on to 48 from 25. This is a brilliant stroke. He's missed his length a couple of times earlier. He's got away with it, Alamin. Not this time. Pressure on the young man. Brilliant over. The one prior to this, excitement for Sikandar Raza. But this time, hasn't quite been on the mark like he has been. Highest score in one-day cricket for Donald Tiripano. And what a time to bring that up. Couple more deliveries. Could do it for Zimbabwe. Al-Amin. Last played in a one-day international against Zimbabwe 4 years ago. 5 to be exact, 2015. 3 to go. Down the ground, Donald Tiripano. It's clearing long on. He goes to 50 with a wonderful stroke. And Donald Tiripano is keeping the dream alive for Zimbabwe. His first 50 in one-day international cricket. He doesn't look like he's worried about that. Just 26 balls, 2 4s, 5 6s. And look at that strike rate, 207.7. And can this man do it for Zimbabwe? 87 meters, he's kept his nerve, and they now require 6 off 2 Zimbabwe. Mashrafi Murtaza, the captain, having a word with Al-Amin. What are we going to do with the field? Mamdullah Riyad, senior player, he'll be giving his own opinion as to what field to set, what ball to bowl. Six of 2 deliveries for Zimbabwe. Donald Tiripano is on fire. It will be a historic win for Zimbabwe. Penultimate ball of this one-day international, if it's a fair one. Short, well bowled by Al-Amin. 1 for the over, 2 signaled by the umpire. And that is a great comeback delivery. A wry smile on the face of Mashrafi Murtaza, and unfortunately that is a wide. He's got away with that, Al-Amin. And just one more delivery. Whether Zimbabwe get across the line or not, they have got heaps to take out of this game. One more delivery. 6 runs to get. Donald Tiripano's got 5 in his innings so far. Can he get Zimbabwe over the line? Still discussions going on between Al-Amin and the captain. Donald Tiripano just geeing himself up there. Several punches through the air, and it looks like we're almost ready to go. In the field is a man at 45, deep backward square. Foul corner, long on, long off. Extra cover in the circle. Short third man, and a man back on the boundary. Oh, it was there to be hit. And Al-Amin Hussain has kept his nerve. And he's got Bangladesh over the line. But what a wonderful performance from these men. Mashrafi Murtaza can breathe a sigh of relief. Donald Tiripano has been absolutely awesome for Zimbabwe. Disappointment for him. But